Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe back, and I'm gonna do my May book haul part 2. So, it's actually pretty good considering. So, if you don't take into account that I had another book haul that was all my birthday books that I bought for myself to finish my Bill Kreider's Sheriff Dan Rhodes mystery series, those 8 books, technically I bought only 10 books this month. Well, sort of. So, I have 11 books to show you. One of them was a giveaway winning book, so that's pretty cool. So, man, my cat is just driving me crazy. He's over there on my computer desk. I don't know why. Yeah. Anyway, so we're just going to go through this. I have 5 books from Amazon, and I have 5 books from Book Depository, plus the one from the giveaway or the contest that I won. Whatever. Well, I'll get to that at the end. But that was also from Book Depository. So we'll just go with the Amazon first. So I bought a couple of books that have been kind of on my wish list for a long time, and I cannot for the life of me remember who I heard about this from, but it's been on my list for at least 6 or 8 months. And it's called The Widow of the South by Robert Hicks. And I know it's about the Civil War era, and I think a woman helps some Confederate soldiers who are injured and dying on her land. I think she's helping them. And then I'm not quite sure. And I think this is, they say the Battle of Franklin, which is not one that I know, in 1864. So I'd have to look more into this and how much it's supposed to be based off of a real, true story. So about this woman. So I don't know. I don't remember where I heard about this, but it's been on my wish list forever, and it finally was at a price that I was willing to pay for it. So I just bought it. Gosh, that's how I work. I also bought a copy of The Big Green Tent by Ludmila Yelinskia, translated from the Russian by Paula Gannon. This is a book that I started to read from the library, but because I had a little reading slump, I decided to just take the book back to the library. But I got my own copy because I was really intrigued by the 40-some pages that I started. abookolive was doing a read-along for this, and someday I'll go back and watch if she has videos on it. But right now, it's just not a time for it. But it was on a good sale price, so I just bought it. So I have it. So it's like Russian. I know it starts in the 50s in Russia, and we're following 3 boys as they grow up. And I think it's about political stuff later, but I'm not quite sure. So I just kind of went into it kind of a little blind, and I really liked the first 40 pages. So that's why I bought the copy. I also bought this one. It's been on my wish list a long time. It's Basic Black with Pearls by Helen Henswig. And I think the reason I picked this up is I think I saw this on Eric Carl Anderson's channel, but I'm not positive, so I don't know. But it has to do with the woman. Maybe it wasn't him. I don't remember who it was. Sorry, I don't remember. But it has to do with a woman who has kind of an affair with somebody, and they meet at different cities and stuff. And then I think one time they meet in her city, and then things kind of fall apart, or he doesn't show up or something. I'm not quite sure what's going on, but she wears basic black and pearls, as you know, whenever she shows up. So I don't know. It's not very long, but I do like these New York review. Is that what it is? Review books? I don't remember. They're a lot of them I've liked. Some of them I've not liked, and I've gotten rid of them, but I've liked about 50-50. So I thought I'd give it a shot. I don't know anything about that. Actually, I don't know what the time period on this one is, to be perfectly frank. Oh, in 1980. So anyway, so it should be interesting. I also picked up Ghost Talkers by Mary Robinette Kowal. This is one of the books of hers that I did not own. So I don't know why. I think it's because, well, I just said I read some of her glamorous books. I still haven't finished that series, another series to finish. I'm in the middle of reading The Calculating Stars, but as I was reading that, I remember how much I love her writing, and I forgot about this one. This is a World War, is it a 2? But it has a fantastical element to it that they are psychic. So that it's a woman who's a medium for the spirit corpse, and I think it's either her fiance or her husband, and that something happens. I'm not sure, but it's like a war one. So, but with psychics, so I picked it up. And again, I love her writing, so I wanted to do that. And then, of course, you guys have probably seen my Empire Grass by Tad Williams. This is book 2 in the Last King of Ostenard, which is the second trilogy after Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn. And as you know, it's one of my favorite trilogies of all time. And the first book in this series, The Witchwood Crown, of course, was my favorite book of 2017. And so I'm really looking forward to, and had the most epic cliffhangers ever. So I'm really looking forward to picking this up. I just have not. I expected to pick it up this month, but I had a kind of a reading slump, so it's probably going to happen in June or July. I'm figuring it's going to be a couple months sometime, because it's going to take a while for me to get into it. But when I do, I know this will be awesome. I really can't wait. So I want to make sure I'm in the right state of mind before I do this. But as I said, if this is epic fantasy, the first series, Memory, Sorrow, and Thorn, follows Simon, a young kitchen boy who finds out there is evil in the world, and then how that is connected with all the people around him and the world. And it just such a great series. And this series is expanding on that world of Ostenard, and you get more and more into those characters. There's a lot of return characters, but a lot of new ones, and you just don't know what's going on. Because there's a gap of, I don't remember if it was 30 years, something between the two books. 30 or 40 years, I don't remember. It's a big gap. And so a lot of people have grown up, some people have passed away, some people have been lost, and then the first book of this was pretty much exploring that world, and then all the the cliffhangers. I can't wait to find out what happens to those characters. So anyway, I am really looking forward to that. That was like my most anticipated book of the year. So it's here. I just need to get myself to read it. Anyway, so then I'm going to do the book depository ones. And I kind of, as I said, I've been trying to cut back, but sometimes I just pick up things. So I finally picked up The Garden of Evening Mist by Tan Tuan Eng. I think this is a Malaysia author. I'm not positive now that I think about it, but I think but I've been wanting to pick this up since I saw it on Doris All D Books, and I think Shawn the Book Maniac was reading it recently when I finally bought this. I think this has to do with, if I remember right, there's a woman who retires, and she comes back to an area that she had been, during the World War II era. She comes back to that area, and I think is talking about what happened then and now around this garden. So, because I think there was a Japanese man who was living there at some point, or maybe it was, I don't know, it's in the past, present, I don't remember. So, but it sounded really cool. And I don't have very many from that area. I have a couple now on my shelf I need to read that are like Malaysia, but I just haven't read them yet. I also picked up The Last Hours by Minette Walters, and I don't remember where I saw this. I keep thinking I saw this on Reading Through the Ages on the Goodreads shelves. Somebody had put this on there. I can't remember. I just wish I could. It just sounds really cool. It's England, 1348, and the Black Death spreads through the country, and people are dying by the thousands. And this has to do with a lady in her lands and things that are going on during that time period. I don't actually know. It just sounded really good when I read the description that I just put it on my wish list, and I just finally just bought it. So I don't know if you guys have read, I think it's a series. Actually, now that I think about it. I don't actually know. You'll have to let me know. I mean, the writer seems to have written a lot of books, so I don't know. But it sounds good. And then I got 2 books that I bought, actually, technically in April, but they didn't show up until May. But they're books I've read, so they don't go on my TBR. So this month is actually pretty good about how many books actually land on my TBR with. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so the first one is Neverwhere by Neil Gaiman. I had a copy of this, and I have searched high and low. So either I let someone borrow it in the last couple of years and I forgot about it and I can't find it, or I got rid of it by accident in one of my moves when I was packing away books that I was selling. I don't know where it is. It is not one of my favorite books by him, but it's still one that I reread. I've read it 2 or 3 times already. So I was kind of upset a couple of months ago when I found I didn't have it. So I didn't, I was like, oh, well, I'll just wait, I'll buy it at some point. And then I saw these really cool ones that are illustrated by Chris Riddle. And I think I have the, or is it Rydell? I don't remember, guys. I got the Coraline like that because I'd never owned a copy of that. So I bought this one. So it has like little pictures in it and stuff. Oops. So I bought that, as I said, because I just wanted to get a copy on my shelf, and this is the ones I wanted. But I also got the Graveyard book as well. And this book I didn't read physically. This one doesn't have, well, this doesn't have as many pictures in it. That was very illustrated. This one only has a few. But this one, I listened to on audio by, Neil Gaiman. At one point it was free online on some website, and as each episode came out I would sit with my computer and listen to this, and it was a really fantastic audiobook. Again, he has a perfect audiobook voice. There's just some people who do, and he is definitely one of those people. I will listen to anything that has his voice on it, I swear. But anyway, so I just picked that one up too because I didn't own it. So I pretty much own everything of the books of Neil Gaiman that are well, at least all the adult ones for sure. And then of course I have Coraline, but anyway, so I just wanted to, so I've read both of those, so those don't go on my, on my TBR. And then, the last one I bought was, Trusty from the Tool Room by Neville Shute. I'm trying to collect, more of his books. As I said, I read On the Beach last year and it just blew me away. I was so impressed by that book. And I know I've read A Town Like Alice many years ago. I was hoping to reread it this year. I'm hoping I'm still going to get to that. So it's on my list of rereads. But I did want to start picking up some of his other books because there's quite a few and they all have fascinating, they're different stories. So this one has to do with a man who, I think his sister goes missing in the Pacific. And so he becomes the trustee of his niece, and he has to go to wherever the niece is, in order to, like a 2,000 mile journey, to get whatever's inherited or whatever, I think, or to help her or something. I'm not quite sure, but it just sounded good. Anyway, so I'm hoping to pick up more of these. If you guys have read more Neville Shute than this one and On the Beach and A Town Like Alice, let me know which one I should pick up next. So anyway. And then the last book I got is one that I won in a giveaway. So I have participated in Create Your Own Readathon that is put on once a month by Sarah over at Steeped in Books. And she has it where she did it quarterly, where you on Goodreads you put down if you made your goal or what happened. And so I listed the couple times that I did the readathon, that what I read and what happened. And she did a drawing at I think it was early May or end of, must have been early May or early end of April, and I won the when she did her randomizer. So I was able to pick a book from Book Depository, and she had it sent to me, and it showed up the other day. So I got that. So I picked a book that because she said it had to be $15 US. I went through my wish list and I found the one that was $14.99. So I did as well as I could. Anyway, but I picked up a book that I'm really excited to read. Now, you guys know I love Japanese literature, so this is one I have been wanting to read, and that is the Maniac. How do you say that? Makiyaku Maka. I don't think I'm saying that right. Sisters. By what's his name? June. I can't say his name. It's not on the cover. That's so weird. Junichiro Tanizaki. So I've heard a lot about this, and it has to do with four sisters in Japan. I think it's immediately before World War II. So and I think they're all very different, and they all have different what things that they do, and their worries and stuff. I hear it's super good. This was translated by Edward G. Ooh, side and sticker. So, I think this originally came out, yeah, like 58. It's 57, 58. So, you know, it's kind of an older book, but it's one I've seen around a lot, and I love this cover. Anyway, so this is the one I asked for. This is the one she sent me through a book depository. So thank you so much, Sarah. I'm hoping to pick this up this year, sooner rather than later, because I am very excited to, as I said, I love picking up Japanese literature, but I admit, a lot of the literature ones that I pick up is very hit and miss. Actually, all of it's been hit and miss for me. I'm pretty of 50-50% of how much of the Japanese stuff that I pick up. It's just awesome because I love the variety that, you know, I strive to get more of that. I need to do that with some other countries. I'm trying to get better about that. But for some reason, I still have a fascination with Japanese literature. So I'm so glad to get this book and to hopefully get this very soon. Get to it very soon. So that is my book haul for May. That's all the books I've bought. So technically, I bought 18 and I got one all together. But what did I say? 10 of the 18, 10 of the, is that right? 10 of the 19 all together. I've already read. So I'm only adding 9 books to my TBR. That is a miracle in itself. So anyway, how's your guys' book buying going in May? I always buy more around my birthday. I'm actually surprised I got it under 20 altogether. I did really well this. I might help that I was in a book slip, but really I think I curbed it. Did my project and then I still kept to my 10. Which I'm really happy to knock that down a little bit. But it's still going to look bad on my graph because I got 19. But really, TBR-wise, I only added 9. Well, anyway, so if you guys got any good books lately, let me know. I'll talk to you guys later. And if you see any of the books in here that I have not read that you think I should read pretty soon, let me know. Talk to you guys later. Bye.